So, we've talked about how virtual teams struggle. Now, let's dive into the details. The four major pitfalls that can send your virtual team spiraling into chaos. Are any of these red flags waving in your organization? Let's find out. Number one, lack of clear goals, direction, or priorities. The where are we going conundrum. Look, even a herd of squirrels needs a direction if they're going to find nuts. So it's no surprise that a lack of clear goals will derail any team, especially a virtual one. When everyone's scattered, keeping them informed is like trying to send a text message through a potato. While our goals are very clear, they change so frequently, which leads to ambiguity, said one frustrated team member. It's like trying to hit a moving target while blindfolded. The best virtual teams? They reassess goals regularly, especially when priorities shift. And who's responsible for this? You guessed it, the leader. They're the goal clarity gurus and priority wranglers, the change announcers. Imagine this. A global engineering team kicks off with a meeting, outlines goals, clarifies roles, and sets expectations. Bam, success. Then they use virtual meetings and intranet updates to keep everyone in the loop. Now picture this. A virtual task force at an investment firm has no idea what their goals are. People have no idea what their real goals are, as no one has been very clear about this from the start, one member lamented. They were eventually disbanded. Ouch. Talk about a Mission Impossible scenario. Number two, lack of clear roles among team members, the who's on first debacle. In a virtual world, clarity is king, especially when it comes to roles. Who reports to whom? Who makes what decisions? A poorly designed accountability structure is like a virtual traffic jam. Imagine a product development team. If the Asian team has to wait for the New York team to wake up before making decisions, that's a recipe for inefficiency. Give them the authority to make decisions within their scope, and you'll avoid those delays. Cross-functional teams, they need a role clarity even more. High-performing teams establish roles upfront and keep revisiting them. One IT team created a team handbook with everyone's background and contributions. When questions arose, boom, they consulted the handbook. It's like a virtual team cheat sheet. Less effective teams, they skip this step and pay the price. Number three, lack of cooperation. The click vs. click showdown. When you throw a bunch of diverse people together, you need to build trust and collaboration. And in a virtual setting, that's like building a sandcastle during high tide. Conflicts happen. Cliques form. It's human nature. Take Team Innovate, for example. 2/3 were in Philly, 1/3 scattered. Naturally, the Philly crew bonded more, but it led to subgroups, lack of information sharing, and trust issues. Differences of opinion? They'll happen, but high-performing teams know how to handle conflict. Low-performing teams? Not so much. A finance team at a manufacturing company split into two factions. They had their own meetings, blamed each other, and it was a mess. Until they addressed the problem head-on, they were stuck in a conflict loop. Number four, a lack of engagement, the mute and snooze dilemma. Disengagement is a silent killer in virtual teams. It's hard to tell if someone's checked out when you can't see them, but it happens. Are people contributing, attending meetings, taking on new work, working well together? These are the questions you need to ask. Team Innovate again. They reported feelings of isolation and lack of connectivity. In a virtual setting, it's easy to get bored and distracted. We are also used to non-productive meetings, so we typically just mute our phones and don't really pay attention, which isn't effective, one team member said. Ouch. As a leader, you need to be consistently assessing engagement, monitor performance, look for red flags, and keep your team engaged. Virtual teams are powerful, but they need support and attention. Too many companies are ignoring the warning signs. The good news? There are strategies to fix these problems. And companies that proactively support their virtual teams will see a much better ROI. So, are you ready to turn your virtual team into a well-oiled machine? Let's dive into the solutions.